Okay, we'll start with the nation. Tinubu to tribunal, petitions by Atiku, PDP not competent. Nigeria working to meet malaria vaccine deadline. PSC probes cash for promotion allegation. 7 burnt to death in Ogere crash. IMF advocates debt rescheduling for developing nations. Naiti, government spent 13 trillion on petrol subsidy in 6 years. Nobody trapped under collapsed building, Lagos building. And Time lists Tinubu among 100 most influential. Let me start with the malaria vaccine. So Nigeria is working to meet the Tuesday deadline for the submission of applications for the second phase of the malaria vaccine. Recently, we heard that Ghana has okayed the use. So they're the first country to okay the use of the vaccine for children aged 3 and below. So the executive director of the National Development, National Primary Health Care Development Agency, that's Faisal Shoaib, was saying yesterday that they need to get the approval they're going to start the implementation very soon. According to him, he explained that Nigeria is among the few countries qualified for the second phase of the application for malaria vaccine known as the R21 Matrix M. That's the one Ghana actually approved. And the one we have is RSS-ASO1. Now, according to him, this RS21 is described as the world changer by scientists who developed it. They say it appears to be hugely effective, up to 80% effective at preventing malaria in research published last year. The malaria vaccine is a new entrant into the portfolio of vaccines to prevent ancient diseases. So they're also Nigeria is also looking to get vaccines for typhoid fever and the HPV, that's human papillomavirus. So, I mean, work is ongoing, but I'm happy that Ghana has actually okayed this vaccine, and we'll see how that goes.
And before we know it, we'll phase out malaria.
I can't wait.
I got Chris. So I want to take the update on the Ikoyi building collapse. According to the special advisor to the governor on special duties and intergovernmental relations, Mr. Mobolaji Ubulende, he mentioned that there were no fatalities so far, that about 6 people out of the 7 that were rescued from the building just had minor injuries and they're already okay. Only 1 person is being treated at a private hospital. He also mentioned the fact that their engineers are looking at the other 2 buildings on the site. Apparently, there are 3 buildings on the same site. 1 came down and 2 are still standing, and they're going to check the integrity of those to be sure it is good enough. The LASEMA permanent secretary, Dr. Olufemi Okeosoyintolu, queried the video because he felt like the video that we saw showed people on the top floor, and he's querying it, I don't know, because the video looked like a straight video from the phone, but maybe he feels like there was some distortion to the video. But he refused to comment on the fact that the story we're hearing that it was a particular vehicle that it was working on the site. He said he's not going to comment on the Facebook claims that a truck rammed into the building is what led to the collapse until investigation has been done. But I was waiting to hear some more heads rolling. I think that the pace of heads rolling is really slow.
Very slow in this country.
And it helps to boost people's confidence in the system when they see quick governmental response in terms of punitive measures.
Without investigation?
For a building that they said had no approvals. They had somebody already.
Somebody should be out.
Yeah, somebody already should be out.
Yeah, so the Police Service Commission, PSC, has set up an investigation panel over alleged $10,000 US promotion bribery scandal. The statement yesterday in Abuja by the Commission's head press and public relations, Ikechukwu Ani, reads, the attention of the Police Service Commission has been drawn to a publication by Sahara reporters of Tuesday, April 11, 2023, on the above story titled Exclusive Bribery Scandal Rocks Nigeria Police Service Commission, as officers allegedly paid $10,000 US to get promotion. Now, according to the story, it says a nebulous group parading as aggrieved officers of the Nigeria Police Force alleged that the commission gave special promotions to junior officers above senior ones after allegedly collecting a bribe of $10,000 US. Said the aggrieved officers in a statement said that on behalf of no other officers, urged the presidency to probe the corrupt practices in the police force. Now, the statement went ahead, according to the commission, to say it does not sell promotions, in the Nigerian police force, and they will not start now. And it seems like there's a deliberate effort made to reposition. They are trying to reposition and reinvigorate the Nigerian police force, especially with the assumption of the duty of the new chairman, Solomon Arase, of the commission. And so they are not into any form of bribery and corruption in the police service commission, and investigations will be ongoing to ascertain all of this.
Okay, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue with our reviews. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Moving on to the Punch. Supplementary elections, APC, PDP battle for 2 governors, 94 legislative seats. Buhari performs lesser Hajj, Muslims urged to be self-reliant. House leadership, reps elect form 283-member alliance. Obi Kwakwanso shared Atiku's votes, Tinubu tells Tribunal. Tinubu done make Time magazine's 100 most influential persons. CBN to mop up dormant account balances on claimed funds. And fuel subsidy, all theft, 29 trillion naira, says federal government. All right, so...
Major headline.
Major headline, go ahead.
So there will be supplementary elections across a few states in Nigeria. There are 2 main elections that are of key interest: governorship within 2 states. Yes, Adamawa governorship election, which was a really close one. People were already celebrating our first female governor in Nigeria, and now we're going to be waiting for a supplementary election to decide who will be the governor of Adamawa State, and as well as Kebbi State also will be doing runoff to break the tie and give us a substantive governor-elect in those 2 states. However, Zamfara will be having senatorial elections across a few local governments. There will be elections also in Sokoto, Kebbi. Sokoto, Kebbi, Zamfara will be having runoff elections for senatorial. House of Rep will be done in Akwa Ibom, Anambra, Bayelsa, Edo, Imo, Kano, Kebbi, Taraba, Zamfara, Jigawa, and Ebonyi. So there will be a lot of elections taking place tomorrow across those places,
So let me take this story, the Time magazine. So the president-elect Bola Tinubu has been named Time magazine's one of the top 100 influential people of 2023, alongside King of the United Kingdom, King Charles III, U.S. President Joe Biden, U.S. Senator Mitch McConnell, Argentine footballer Lionel Messi, and others. But also, very importantly, because this name gets drowned in Nigeria, another Nigerian on that list is Dr. Dimi Ogoinam. He's an infectious disease physician at the Niger Delta University Teaching Hospital in Bayelsa State. He was recognized for raising alarm on the new presentation of the monkeypox, persisting with his documentation with the world when the world was not listening. As the global monkeypox outbreak unfolded in 2022, Dimi's insights became critically important to developing better strategies to prevent and control outbreaks. Nigerian trained, not
and working in Nigeria.
Working in Nigeria before the season, you go abroad. Anyways, bringing it back, just echoing some people. So I actually made the list. I'm talking to some people on that side. I actually made the list. Winning an election, according to Time magazine, winning an election in Africa's most populous country is no easy feat because he's been prepared for 2 decades when he was governor of Lagos State, and also being one that actually led and defeated the military rule also, and was able to be called by his people as Jagaban, leader of warriors. According to him, his campaign slogan was "It's my turn." That is Emi Lokon. It doesn't really make sense when you say "It's my turn." Emi Lokon is the slogan. It was a nod to his role as a long-term political power. Anyway, but congratulations to the president-elect for being recognized. Any other story?
Yeah, the federal government on Thursday said the amount spent on subsidizing premium motor spirits, popularly called petrol, between 2005 and 2021 was 13 trillion, and saying that the country lost about 16.3 trillion to all thefts from 2009 to 2020. This was disclosed in Abuja, the Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative at a policy dialogue on all swap, and it was co-hosted by NATI on Policy Alert, an indigenous civil society organization supporting the opening extractives. So in their presentation, they went ahead to say that there was an urgent need to make decision on the agitation of the removal of fuel subsidies. They recognize that a lot of people are, asking questions and talking about it. Should it be removed? Should it not be removed? And it says that the full deregulation of the petroleum sector will permanently lay to rest the conversation around the oil swaps, and the latest findings by NATI also showed the humongous amount spent on subsidizing fuel by the government, which is no longer sustainable for us. So they went ahead as well to talk about all the things that they had figured out during this period and how much Nigeria has been losing from the oil theft. I think they mentioned that the loss represents more than 140 barrels per day, adding that between 2009 and 2018, Nigeria lost 4.2 billion liters of petroleum products from refineries. So everything that they had gathered, the information they have presented to the committee for the presidency, so that we'll see how we can take it up from there.
Let me take the TED Fund story quickly. 30
Let's
billion.
take it in Sun.
Okay.
Let's move on quickly. Daily Sun polls Tinubu Atiku to continue bitter war. Poverty and security situation in Nigeria worrisome, says World Bank. CBN to mop up funds in dormant accounts. Senate presidency, ex-lawmakers back zoning to south. Again, gunmen attack Zango, Kataf, kill 8, strike Rivers community and kills 3. Floods killed 665. Displaced 4.8 million persons in 2022, says NEMA. Let's start with your TED Fund story, Mary.
Yeah, so the TED Fund story, 30 billion naira has been earmarked for high-impact projects under the 2023 special intervention, high-impact special intervention to universities, polytechnics, and college of education. They have earmarked that they will be giving this money to 6 universities, picking one from each geopolitical zone, 6 polytechnics, and 6 college of education. The universities will be getting 3 billion naira each, while the 12 college of education will be, and polytechnics will be getting 1 billion naira each, and that will be disbursed to them within the course of 2023 to carry out special intervention. The TED Fund Secretary announced the names of the beneficiaries while breaking down how the 320 billion approved by the governor for tertiary institutions will be disbursed. I don't need to go through the names, but this should be good news to all the students and even the lecturers clamoring that they need infrastructural upgrade. At least one university in each zone would get major...
And one polytechnic.
And one polytechnic and one college of education in each.
Okay, so the CBN has created something called the unclaimed, or will create something called Unclaimed Balances Trust Fund. Now, what that is all of you that have dormant accounts, that you have refused to go and use your money, well, the CBN is going to mop this money up and invest. According to them, they're not taking it from you, they're investing it, because they believe that these dormant accounts are being used by fraudsters to swindle people. So according to them, the dormant unclaimed accounts are now targets of fraudsters. The CBN said it would invest the warehouse bills into T-bills and other interest-yielding ventures and return the profits of to the owners when they finally come to reactivate. So at least your money is not lost. That's the most important thing. I think I have about maybe 2K First Bank.
Not
2,000 there.
2,000 naira.
You never like going forever.
I think it's the right letter
I dashed CBN that one.
to the customers before they use their money. So the World Bank has expressed concern over rising levels of poverty and insecurity in Nigeria and advised the federal government to take pragmatic steps to stem the tide. So according to the story, it says galloping inflation, rising geopolitical tension, and financial instability were affecting many countries, and so they are calling for a concerted effort to tackle, the problem, capable of ruining our economy, and find ways to bring up a lot of fundraisers agenda for the government. So the president of the World Bank, David Malpass, was the one who said this yesterday at a media briefing in Washington. And he says the Nigerian economy is set to grow by 2.8% in 2023, down from 3.3% in 2022, as a result of the challenges that I have mentioned ahead of time. And so the call now is that it's time for us to understand that the assets will appreciate. We know we just came out of COVID, flooding, a lot of things that bedevil us as a country, but we will need time for our assets to appreciate. But we need more policies that will help growth in our economy.
Really sad story about that cost us the 7 lives on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. 7 people were burnt to death. A Sienna and Mazda. The Sienna was taken in one way and rammed into the Mazda, which led to fire outbreak, and 18 were injured. They were taken to the hospital. 7 burnt to death. This is a road that I pass every day. The one way people really, really are causing major mayhem, and we shouldn't leave. I don't know.
Because of that traffic, so they're trying to find self-help, trying to go through the road, and it's wrong. I mean, and also security of the operators may ensure that the traffic is moving. Once the traffic is moving, people don't feel like that stands still. They get frustrated. I'm not going to come take one way. That's what causes people's lives. Really, really, it's really painful. We have to run, but let me just really take the headline for Vanguard. Poll, I defeated you, Tinubu tells Obi. UK apologizes to peterobi for wrongful detention. World Bank lists challenges for incoming governments. 7 die, 18 injured in Lagos, Ibadan Expressway auto crash. No local refining, no subsidy removal, says Nupeng. Police promotion, bribery scandal. Panel calls for evidence, vows to deal with culprits. Building collapse, Lagos stops development in Banana Island. All right, so let me just say that Nupeng is insisting that if there's no plan to ensure local refining of crude,
and don't remove the subsidy.
They would not support federal government's removal of subsidy. Remember, NLC has said that they have not come out with their own official statement, but Nupeng has now told us categorically they would not support removal of subsidy.
I agree with them. There should be a plan.